After playing a game, your characters gain experience and can increase in level, and that's also recorded on these character sheets. So I'm going to level up Dracula, our character from last time, from level 1 to level 2, and then on to level 3, so I can show you the changes and the options that become available when you do level up. So after the game, you will get some experience for each of your characters, and you just need to enter that into the Experience tab, and that will automatically increase your level. The different levels have different brackets required of experience, so it increases as you go up. So you only need 3 experience to get from level 1 to level 2, and so I've just given Dracula 5 experience after his first game, and he's now level 2. So following this instructions on the right hand side for leveling up, you can see that you just need to enter XP, which we've done, brought us to level 2, and then choose a base class. We already have a base class, which is Warrior, and that gave us our first ability, Visceral Slice. When you increase your level, you have the option to choose another base class, which will allow you to choose the abilities from that class as well. So I'm going to choose the Warlock as my second base class, and that will let me choose from the Warlock abilities, which for Dracula I'm going to choose Blood Boil, stay on the blood theme. And you'll also see up here that my class is now changed from Warrior to Blood Knight. That's a combination of the 2 base classes, Warrior and Warlock. So that's my multi-class, and that is what class Dracula is at the moment. So you can see up here he's a level 2 Vampire Blood Knight. And each pair of base classes has a different multi-class. So you can see when I change it here, it changes accordingly. You don't have to choose a second base class when you level up to level 2. You can keep choosing from the same base class. That's completely fine. If you do that all the way up to level 6, you get access to what is a locked ability for that base class. But you don't have to do that either. You can choose to stay as a warrior as your first base class, or you can choose to become a multi-class. So we're going to go back to Warlock to be a Blood Knight. Get rid of that one and that. And we're going to choose the Blood Boil ability again. And then we also gain 5 extra stat points to assign. You gain 5 stat points every level from 2 to 10 that you can assign. So I'm going to increase, and it's just exactly the same as we did at the lower levels. I'm going to increase my stats as I want. Let's get my intelligence up a little bit, and my let's get my magic expertise up, ready for next level. Assign all my other stats, and then we go, I've assigned those. And that's it, that's all you have to do to level up a character. Now after Dracula's next game, he gets enough experience to level up again to level 3. So now, at level 3, I can choose an ability from my multi-class tree. Which is Blood Knight. And I'm going to choose, let's take Sanguinate. So this is an ability that does extra damage if the target is already bleeding. The same as Blood Boil and as Visceral Slice. So lots of bleeding effects for Dracula. So I have another 5 stat points to assign, so I'm going to keep these all the same. I'm going to increase my magic expertise and my weapon expertise as well. And that's my 5 stat points assigned, and my third ability chosen. So I now have an ability from my first base class, my second base class, and my multi-class, so at levels 1, 2, and 3. When I increase to level 4, I then have access to choose abilities from all of the classes that I am, so a warrior, a warlock, and a blood knight. And I would also gain an extra 5 stat points to assign. So leveling up is quite simple, you just enter in the XP value that you've gained. If you go up a level, you can choose another base class if it's your first time choosing a second base class. You then choose an ability from that base class, and the next time you increase in level, you can choose a level from your multi-class, and then the next time you level up, you can choose any ability from any of those 3 classes that your character now is. Once you've chosen a second base class, and in effect a multi-class, you can't change any of your base classes again, and you are stuck with that multi-class decision. You don't have to choose a multi-class at level 3 though, or a second base class at level 2. You can keep on with the same one and be one base class all the way through up to level 8, I guess it would be, and then choose another base class at that point, and then for your last level choose a multi-class ability.